What is going on, guys? DBG here. In this video we are going to be talking about the 250k tournament, and I'm going to be talking about a couple of things that people mightn't talk about. Obviously the rules are here and the rules are long, so I'm not just going to read through it. To be honest, I've read through this about 5 or 6 times since the very start, and I'm just going to be talking about some really important things and which could be a difference between you guys. Well, I'm not going to say the difference between winning and losing, because there's going to be 16 winners, one a week, and it's going to be nearly impossible to win this tournament. As good as you are at the game, there are so many external factors that this is going to be almost impossible for anyone to win. However, you still might as well go for it. So, first of all, I'm going to be talking about the prizes. So, the prizes, the grand prize is 250,000, and money-wise, that's it. That is straight up, that is it. However, by getting into this tournament, if you are a streamer, if you're a YouTuber, it could promote you big time on that. But the grand prize is $250,000, 220,000 euro, or 325,000 Canadian dollars. Obviously, it will be taxed, so it will be a lot less. So, for the 16 people that are finalists, they'll receive a trip to the championship finals, which consists of 2 days, 2-night trip to New York for the All-Star weekend and a trip to the All-Star game. Value of this says approximately $5,500 US, 7,200 Canadian dollars, or 4,850 euro, which is probably face value. Like, tickets to the All-Star game cost a lot more than that in the end. Well, cost a lot more in the end, so probably is worth the guts of about 10 grand, I'd say, when it's all said and done. But now we're going to go on to the actual like where you can play the tournament. I'm not going to go over everywhere where you can play it. Everywhere in America except, I think, Arizona, Connecticut, I don't know, is ND North Dakota, and MD Maryland, I think. And Canada except Quebec, and all of these countries here. And if you guys, I assume you guys know, but I will be entering this, or I'll try to get this as much as possible, because I'm from the Republic of Ireland, where I'm allowed to play it. So to compete, obviously you can compete on Xbox, you can compete on PS4. It says here you have to compete in the same platform throughout, which is actually could be a bit of a problem for someone like me, because at the minute I'm running mostly on PS4, but it means I can't decide randomly to run Xbox halfway through. But in my opinion, the PS4 runs better, so I'm going to stick with it on the PS4. This tournament is not on PC, I assume, due to the fact that there is, too much of an opportunity for hackers, which is fair. It's very fair on 2K's part. Because of the point system, it'd probably be very, very easy for people to hack the point system, and there will be so many on PC that it's going to be hard, I'd say, to find out who hacks it or not. I think there will be a lot of hackers and boosters on PS4 as well, and on Xbox. I genuinely think there will be a lot of boosters. So it's going to be interesting to see how 2K deals with it. So it says to qualify for a weekend game day, you must play games in Unlimited and earn 20 tokens. So obviously you have 20 tokens. But what I would suggest is, if you guys are looking to do this every single week, if you, for example, you've already got your Daniel card, you don't want that card, and you've got, say, 16 tokens left, and you don't want to go 12-0 again to get those 20 tokens, or have to probably win a lot more games. So not tokens, tickets. I think I call it tickets tokens. But so 20 tickets is one entry. At the end of each weekend, the entries reset. But the tickets don't. So if you've got 19 tickets, you just need one more ticket to get another entry for the next week. And for example, if you get 19 tickets, you go 12-0, suddenly you have 19 tickets the next week, so you have an advantage. I know the getting multiple entries allows you to enter multiple times, but trust me, there is going to be someone somewhere in the world that is going to win every single game. You will not win this tournament. You will not finish first if you have to use multiple entries. That is just saying this right now. So if you lose a game, more than likely the best bet is to just give up, because, if you're looking to win anyway, it might be a bit of fun just entering other entries. If you lose a game multiple entries, you might as well just give up. So the tournament is only on over 6 hours, so they'll almost be started by 2 p.m. Pacific time, and they must all be finished by 4 p.m, which is really kind of weird. Qualifying games must be started by this time. So is it only one game? It's really, really complicated. It's not complicated. It just seems like it's contradicting itself. So it ends at 4 and it starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time. It says here they must be started by this time. and they must be finished by this time. It's really weird. Like, I don't know exactly how it's going to work the way it is. What I'm guessing is that that's the last time to get an entry in, and that you can just keep playing games until you lose. That's the way I've taken it from what I've read. But because there is a wins and losses. And like, there is obviously wins, losses, and you can't just have one game, because that means you can play a terrible opponent with a god squad, and you blow them out, and then all of a sudden you'd be at a major advantage. So it says here it begins at this time here, and it must start by this time, obviously finish by 4 p.m. So it says any qualifying games must start by 2 p.m. Pacific time, be completed by 4 p.m. So maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 p.m. is the last time you can start a game. So maybe it just all becomes tactics, who can get the most games in. And if you end up finishing a game at 1:58 and starting at 1:59 your next game, you're at a major advantage over somebody who finishes at 2:01 and can't start it. So it's really, like, it's kind of worded really badly, this message, or well, this entire thing. But this is one thing I'm kind of confused about. It's something that I'm not really going to say too much about. But this isn't really the point of it. We don't know how it's going to work, and we'll know a lot more on the 13th or on the 14th. But what I'm going to say is there is one massive thing about this. Paragraph here is the most important paragraph about it. And it means that you've got to be so tactical about how you enter. And it's all about this line here. Well, it's based on an algorithm. So that means that we don't know exactly what it is. But have a look at this. The quality of your roster and the quality of your opponent's roster. For that reason, if you are going out with 10 pink diamonds, you will be getting a lower modifier. You will be getting less points than if you win with a budget squad. If you use a budget squad and you look out and you play against, say, 6 or 7 bad opponents in a row, which I say it'll take maybe 10 games. 10 games probably to get, you'll get that in the 6 hours. So if you play against, say, 10 bad opponents in a row, which is a possibility, because you can start this competition most times, it is a possibility, and you're using a budget squad, you will have way more points than anyone using a god squad, especially if everyone starts using god squads. So this is where you got to be tactical. But at the same time, you've got a better chance of winning with a god squad than with a budget squad. This is where you guys got to think. You guys got to think about what to do with your squad. And also, there's a lot of other ways to manipulate the quality of your squad. I'm not really going to go over them in this video because it's going to completely ruin the tournament. But guys, if you guys are looking to win this whole thing, what I would suggest for you to do, especially for now, is to get used to using cheaper cards. So have a look at, a lot of guys have been making budget videos, and to be fair, I've made a lot of them as well, to be having a look at those type of cards. And like, say for example, you've got a Peja and then you've got a Mo Peterson. There's a 12 rating difference, so you gotta look at using Mo Peterson for the difference in rating. So you gotta look for who the best players for their overall are. You gotta start looking at the emeralds. You gotta start looking at a couple of gold cards that are usable for your squads, because they will up down the overall of your team, and it will probably give you more points. And also with this entire thing, it's all luck based. Like, you could draw, like me giving this advice, use budget squads. If you are using a budget squad and you come up against budget squads, it's the same as a pink diamond squad coming up against a pink diamond squad. Like, it is. You're obviously at a major disadvantage because there's no advantage at all to be given if you've got a pink diamond squad. But if you've got a budget squad and you're coming up against a budget squad, like, you've got no major advantage. However, if you've got a pink diamond squad coming up against a budget squad, you're going to be getting less points. So, like, this entire tournament, because of the way it's all done by an algorithm, and the fact it's only over 6 hours, there's going to be hundreds of people in the world that win every game over these 6 hours. The point system is going to be luck based, and it's going to be it's not going to be the best player that wins. It's all going to be luck based. And like, in some servers you might even find a game for a certain amount of time, and if it takes you a while to find a game, you might get less points for that. So it's going to be really luck based, and you got to prepare as much as possible to try almost game the algorithm. Have a look. From what it says here, we don't know exactly how to do it, but from what it says here, it looks like using lower rated players, if at all possible, is going to give you more points in the algorithm, which will give you more points overall. But again, this is just completely luck based, this tournament. And last up, I'm just going to end this video on something that's extremely important. So for anyone that's looking to play, it says here, which is crazy, the sponsor, they say sponsor as in, but like the sponsor, if you look at the end of it, the sponsor's 2K. It says here, 2K reserves the rights to conduct background checks. If you are streaming this, do not say anything racist. Do not say anything that could be deemed as inappropriate. Just don't. If you are streaming this, be as PG as possible. They will do background check. They will be looking at these streams. And I can guarantee you that there was at least 100 players that are good enough to make the NBA 2K League that didn't make it due to this factor. And past broadcasts, if you do happen to say anything and no one's watching, delete past broadcasts. Trust me. They will look through everything. 2K reserves the right to change the score or points of a contest game, including qualifying games, including in the event of computer or technical issues. Like, what? Like, what? So reading this, it means that if you guys are in 2K's bad books, do whatever you can to get into their good books. These 2K can literally change the score. So anyway, that's the video. This is just basically everything I say for you guys to prepare for this NBA 2K19 tournament. And even if you do prepare perfectly, if you win every game, this is so luck-based that you may not even get it. The way the tournament's ran, like, to be completely honest, it's not going to find the 16 best players in the world. And because a lot of the elite players like to use their good squads, they may be at a disadvantage. So, to be completely honest, like, this tournament is almost 100% luck. So if you guys want to win, you got to go in with the right mindset. You got to go in with the right tactics. And even if you do all of that, it may just not be enough. So for everyone who's watching this video and is looking to get into the 250k tournament, what I advise you guys to do is basically make sure you have as clean a reputation as possible, because if you don't, then no matter how good you are, no matter how many games you win, it could all be for nothing if 2K does a background check and deems you not eligible to be in the tournament. And also to use a budget squad as much as possible. Obviously, there's got to be kind of a sweet spot between using cards that can win you games and using budget cards. And over the next 2 weeks, well, a week and a half, it's probably best to try find that sweet spot. Use the lowest rated team you could possibly get while still being able to win as many games as possible. So anyway, yep, that is the video. I'll be going for this probably, I'd say maybe 8 or 9 weeks, and hopefully I can manage to get in. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.